Have you ever felt like you're right on the edge of something huge, but there's this little voice inside that's just holding you back? Well, today we're going to build a tool to silence that voice for good. And look, this isn't about becoming someone else. It's about unlocking the most confident, powerful version of you that is already in there. So let's get started. Let's just start with this question. What if confidence wasn't some built-in personality trait, but a tool? You know, something you could just pick up and use whenever you needed it. Kind of like putting on a favorite jacket that just makes you feel absolutely invincible. That's exactly what we're going to build together today.
And look, this isn't just some feel-good idea. It's a real strategy used by the best performers in the world. I mean, think about Beyoncé. It's almost impossible to imagine her having stage fright, right? But she did. So what was her solution? She created Sasha Fierce, her totally fearless onstage persona. It just goes to show you that even at the absolute highest level, an alter ego can be the bridge between our biggest fears and our greatest potential.
All right, so here's our roadmap. First, we'll talk about the confidence gap. Then we're going to get super practical, defining your mission, building your avatar, activating it, and of course, fueling it with the right energy. And we'll wrap it all up by looking at the incredible power you have as the creator of this whole process.
So let's talk about this confidence gap. We've all been there. It's that nagging little voice that whispers, "I can't do this," right before a huge presentation or a super important interview. It's really just the distance between where we are right now and that powerful person we know we can be.
But here's the secret. You are not a finished product. Not even close. You're constantly evolving. An alter ego isn't about faking it. It's a tool to steer that evolution intentionally. So think of it less like a mask and more like a key to unlock a room in your own house that you just haven't walked into yet. Okay, so it's time to get practical. The very first step in this process is to get crystal clear on your purpose. Why? Because an alter ego without a mission is just a fantasy. We need to give it a job to do. So I want you to ask yourself two things. First, what is the goal here? Is it to absolutely nail that next interview? To own the stage during a presentation? Or maybe it's just to speak up more in meetings? And second, where's the arena? Pinpoint the exact situations where this alter ego is going to show up. That kind of focus is what gives this whole technique its power. All right, once you have the mission locked in, it's time for the really fun part, building your avatar. This is where we get to design the character who's going to carry out that mission. We're going to give them a name, a personality, and a style. Let's do a quick little exercise. On one side, I want you to jot down the traits that you feel are holding you back. Maybe it's being a people pleaser, or maybe you have a habit of slouching when you feel a little insecure. Now on the other side, write down the direct opposite. That's your alter ego. Bold, standing tall, speaking with absolute clarity. Just seeing it laid out like this makes the goal feel so much more real, doesn't it? Now, let's add the juicy details. Give them a powerful name. Define 3 core traits, something like fearless, charismatic, and unflappable. What's their style? Maybe they wear some killer platform boots or a specific blazer. You can even create an origin story, just for fun. And finally, give them a mantra, a little phrase they live by that you can repeat to yourself. Having a design is great, but it's totally useless until you actually bring it to life. So this next step is all about activation. It's about creating a switch that lets you step into this new persona on command. The key to this whole thing is something called a physical anchor. This is basically an object or an action that signals to your brain that, hey, it's time to make the shift. It's kind of like Clark Kent putting on his glasses, but in reverse. It's a small, physical trigger for a huge psychological change. And your anchor? It can be literally anything. It could be a specific pair of glasses you only wear for big presentations, or a power anthem you blast in your headphones right before a big meeting. Maybe a scent you associate with focus. A piece of jewelry. Even a simple action like snapping your fingers can totally work. The whole point is to create a consistent, powerful ritual. Okay, now for a super powerful, in-the-moment tool. The source material calls it asking, what would hot me do? And by hot, they mean confident, capable, totally on fire. But you can make it personal. In a moment of doubt, just ask yourself, what would my alter ego do right now? It's such a simple question, but it's a shortcut that can instantly shift you into that powerful mindset to make a bold choice. So, you've designed your alter ego, you've activated them. But to keep them showing up, especially when things get tough, you have got to manage your energy. Your high-performance self needs high-performance fuel. It's as simple as that. I want you to think of your energy like it's a bank account. Every single morning, you start with a certain balance. And throughout the day, every single activity is either a withdrawal or a deposit. The goal is pretty simple, right? End the day with more in the tank than you started with. Here are some examples of what I'm talking about. Energy deposits, or investments, can be things like a healthy meal, 5 minutes of sunlight, or just a quick positive chat with a colleague. Withdrawals, or expenses, are the usual suspects: a sugar crash, a messy workspace, or getting sucked into that social media doom scroll. So here's your homework. Start your own ledger. Be brutally honest about what fills you up and what really drains you.
And this all brings us to the final, and honestly, the most important concept of all. The whole point of this exercise isn't to hide behind some mask. It's to realize your own power to shape exactly who you are.
So let's be super clear about one thing. This is not about escaping who you are. The alter ego is a bridge. It connects you to the strengths and confidence that are already inside you, just waiting to be activated. It's not about replacement, it's all about expansion. You see, the truth is, the most powerful version of you isn't something you need to invent from scratch. They're already in there. Everything we've talked about today, it's just about crafting the key to unlock that door. So my final question to you is, are you ready to open it?